recording this, I am 15 days away from graduating with my Bachelor of Science in Psychology. And with a milestone of my life coming to a close, I was reminded of a story most of you probably know well. Legally Blonde is a 2001 novel by Amanda Brown, detailing Elle Woods' mission to win back her ex, Warner, by enrolling in Stanford Law School.
I don't need backups. I'm going to Harvard.
The book was then adapted into a 2001 movie starring Reese Witherspoon, and was an immediate box office success and arguably a cultural phenomenon.
What, like it's hard?
The film was then adapted into a 2007 stage musical, which was shown live on MTV. Legally Blonde is praised today for its humor and iconic quotes, but also for its feminist themes. It's no secret that feminism is the root of Legally Blonde. Elle Woods never changes her personality in order to be successful and defeats the dumb blonde stereotype everyone attached her to. The story ends with Elle rejecting Warner's request to get back together and becomes valedictorian of her graduating class, finishing off a truly iconic feminist story. But is that the only way to look at Elle's story? There's no question that Legally Blonde is a feminist story. To deny that means having the media literacy of a clam. But where's the fun in media analysis if there's only one interpretation of a story? It's like how Encanto can be interpreted from a queer or neurodivergent lens in addition to the Latino culture and themes rooted in the film. So what other interpretation of Legally Blonde is there? Elle Woods is neurodivergent. First, let's define neurodivergent. Neurodivergent is an umbrella term encompassing brain formations and functioning that differ from what is considered the norm. In other words, the brain works differently compared to other people. Now, technically, everyone's brain is different due to genetics, neuroplasticity, and personality, but neurodivergence refers to differences that create dissonance with what is considered normal. When people say neurodivergent, they are most likely referring to ADHD and autism. And while I am focusing on these two conditions for this video, as it's what I'm most familiar with, it's important to note that neurodivergence refers to a much more expansive list of disabilities, such as dyslexia, dyscalculia, and Tourette's. So how is Legally Blonde a story about neurodivergence? Well, let's start at the beginning. We have Elle Woods, a senior undergrad at UCLA. She has a 4.0 GPA in fashion merchandising, and before Warner's breakup, there is no indication that she's aiming for grad school. But when she wants to get accepted into law school to impress Warner, most of the people in her life laugh her off and suggest that she try something else.
Law school is for boring, ugly, serious people. And you, Button, are none of those things. And hell, why, Button, when you can stay right here, pursue a film career?
Most parents would prefer their kids go to law school than be in the film industry. But Elle's parents insist that she stay because she's not serious. In the movie and the musical, Elle not being serious is a massive talking point. It's why Warner breaks up with Elle. Not because he doesn't love her anymore, but because she doesn't fit the seriousness of a senator's wife.
If I'm gonna be a senator when I'm 30, I'm gonna need somebody serious. Less of a Marilyn, more of a Jackie.
Misogyny aside, there appears to be a belief that Elle isn't serious or a fit for higher education. But this notion is an assumption and ignores that Elle is in fact very smart. It's even shown in the beginning when Elle outsmarts a salesperson.
Blondes make commission so easy. Have you seen this? It just came in. Oh, it's perfect for a blonde.
Right, with a half loop stitch on China silk? Uh-huh. But the thing is, you can't use a half loop stitch on China silk. It'll pucker. And you didn't just get this in because I saw it in last May's Vogue. I may be in love, but I'm not stupid, lady. I've got eyes.
The average person wouldn't have that kind of knowledge or memory. Sure, it's about fashion, but it shows that when it comes to things she cares about, Elle is incredibly intuitive and intelligent.
You can't get a perm wet for 48 hours.
Exactly! Water deactivates the perm's ammonium thioglycolate and completely ruins it. It's the cardinal rule of perm maintenance. Your perm is still intact, so you couldn't have showered that day.
This underestimation is due to the dumb blonde stereotype, and also that Elle expresses her femininity much more openly. But doesn't the assumption of one's intelligence and abilities sound familiar? Especially with the context of Elle succeeding best when she's involved with her interests. Imagine you're a student who has certain interests, and your problem-solving skills work best in conjunction with those interests. But because of this, many people assume that you aren't intelligent or even trying. And hearing this over and over makes you start to believe it. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Notice how Elle does sometimes match up with that dumb blonde stereotype, but I find it hard to believe that it's not influenced by the preconceived notions about her. In fact, when she is sexually assaulted by Professor Callahan and is subsequently fired, she even decides to leave, believing that she's not meant for not just law school, but anything other than looking pretty. Elle was influenced by the people around her and not realizing just how intuitive she is in her own way. She gets the minimum test score, she debates in class and wins, she manages to fight the validity of a witness, and ultimately wins an entire court case based on her experience and interests. She never changes who she is. She just let go of the mental barriers people put up based on who she is. Neurodivergent people, especially individuals with ADHD, are branded as the class clowns, lazy, not smart enough, due to their hyperactivity or distractibility. Autistic people's intelligence is also often underestimated. High support needs and nonverbal autistic people don't always have an intellectual disability just because they have a different way of talking. When people with ADHD and autism are given the tools and support to succeed, they can be incredibly intelligent people. Elle's story can be read as a reflection of the academic and social struggles neurodivergent people go through. Do I think Elle was written with this in mind? No. But it is a fun way to look at her character progression, and it may even be an inspiration to neurodivergent people who are in Elle's position right now.